Masonic definition, symbols are something visible that by association or convention represents something else that is invisible. These symbols may have more than one connotation or meaning. Many lower-level Masons may never be told the true esoteric meanings of certain symbols, and they are usually revealed in full as part of the ritual as one progresses in degrees. The primary symbol of Freemasonry will be that of the square and compass. On the surface, they are the tool by which a Mason can practice his craft. However, it has various other deeper esoteric meanings. We also see the symbol with the letter G in the middle, which stands for God, geometry, and gematria. The rays or glory are symbolic for God's ultimate power. This is a royal arch or rainbow. The meaning is revealed upon reaching the royal arch degree. Also, there are several ways that you will see pillars placed in Masonic imagery. You will see two pillars of Jachin and Boaz. Boaz, the name of the pillar on the left, means in strength, and the right pillar, Jachin, means God will establish. The globe on the left pillar represents earth, that on the right, heaven. You will also see two pillars of wisdom and strength without the third in some representations. In a group of three, they are called the pillars of Enoch. Enoch, fearing that the principles of the arts and sciences might be lost, erected two pillars, the one of marble to withstand fire, and the other of brass to resist water. On each he engraved that which he feared would be lost. The globes are symbols of unity and peace and plenty. The winding staircase is another image used in Freemasonry. It was believed that this staircase was a part of Solomon's temple. A second-degree fellowcraft initiate is told that he must symbolically ascend these stairs in order to make his advancement into the degree. The reference is made to advance through to a porch by a flight of winding stairs to the middle chamber, and there to receive his wages. This symbol displays a Masonic checkered floor as well as a wall of doors. Some believe it represents a form of a stargate, whether it be physical or mental in nature. Also represented here in this picture is another vehicle which is believed to be a stargate called the Merkaba. This is a divine light vehicle allegedly used by ascended masters to connect with and reach those in tune with the higher realms. Mer means light, Ka means spirit, and Ba means body. Merkaba means the spirit body surrounded by counter-rotating fields of light. Here we see a square and compass, and also what can be considered as a Star of David, surrounded by an Ouroboros, which is a snake or dragon eating its own tail. Ouroboros is an ancient alchemy symbol depicting a snake or dragon swallowing its own tail, constantly creating itself and forming a circle. The Ouroboros is associated with alchemy, Gnosticism, and Hermeticism. It represents the cyclical nature of things, eternal return, and other things perceived as cycles that begin anew as soon as they end. The Ouroboros has several meanings interwoven into it. Foremost is the symbolism of the serpent biting, devouring, and eating its own tail. This symbolizes the cyclic nature of the universe, creation out of destruction, and life out of death. The Ouroboros eats its own tail to sustain its life in an eternal cycle of renewal. I believe that the Freemasons use this symbol primarily to symbolize in New World Order terms, order out of chaos. There are many other Masonic symbols that I have not presented here. My intent was to demonstrate and establish that the symbols of Freemasonry are many, complex, and have various meanings when used in different combinations. Also, due to the secretive nature of Masonry, one could not expect to research in books or on the internet to find all of those various complex meanings in full. We can now progress to the visual analysis of the video, Can You Feel It?, in order to see if some of these symbols are in fact present, and if so, what meanings they could have in context. I propose that they were in plain sight the entire time, but due to the music itself and the rapid way that they are presented on the screen, the viewer is too distracted to notice them. Please watch carefully. Did you see it? Well, if not, allow me to show it to you again in a different scene in the video. How about that time? Let's look at still shots of those two occurrences of the symbol. Michael's arms are forming the pyramid just before the eye is added. In the second instance of the symbol, the being itself is the I. The being has a water aspect and Michael has a fire aspect. They were no longer combined. How could I possibly think that the water and the fire combined make up the pyramid and Eye of Providence? Because it's in plain sight on the Triumph album cover. Upon looking at this symbol, at the top you see a pyramid that is surrounded by fire. Around the sides of this emblem you will see the water. We will address the fire and water aspects later in this video. Let's take a look at another example of the pyramid and eye. Could it be mere coincidence? Is it possible that more than necessary is being read into this? Of course it is. So let us look to see if there are other Masonic representations present in this video. There's another prominent one which is rarely discussed by those who relay the meanings of Masonic symbology. Here the rainbow is seen spanning the space between the two pillars of Jachin and Boaz. This establishes its connection to Masonic thought, but the meanings behind the rainbow depicted in this video are much more complex. We will also examine this completely in due time. There have been 3 separate and clear Masonic representations within the same video. These symbols are placed in more than 5 distinct sections and are repeated. I would consider this as being more than a mere coincidence. We will now examine other themes which are displayed through the video. This may assist in understanding the Masonic symbols present. The first and most obvious depiction of birth occurs when the being or entity emerges from the top of the pyramid. It then explodes and gives birth to other beings of the same type. After people are touched by the essence of these beings in the form of golden light, they are then transported towards the same point of origin and then return to Earth inside of bubbles. In essence, these people have somehow been reborn. This is emphasized in the video by the hearing of the sound of newborns in the background crying, which is not part of the Can You Feel It song, meaning it was placed there with purposeful intent. The third, more hidden representation of birth is a bit shocking, at least it was when I first saw it. So there you have 3 representations of birth within the same video. We will continue our look into this video, Can You Feel It by the Jacksons, when we continue in part 4. See you there.